Hello, third graders, and welcome back. I hope you had a great spring break, maybe enjoyed a beach. Doubtful with all that's going on, but hopefully maybe you got outside, got to enjoy some beautiful weather, and we are back at it. So the first thing we're going to do for math today is review a little bit about what Mr. Luffel talked about, because you've had a whole week off now. So he talked about polygons last session. So we want to review some of those polygons. He talked about parallelograms and what are the attributes that make a parallelogram. He talked about trapezoids and what attributes make up a trapezoid. And you have all of these cards, not necessarily the cards, but you have a vocab sheet that should be very helpful for you to be looking at these, where it's got the name, the picture, and the definition. So he talked about squares and what make up the attributes of a square. He talked about the rhombus and what makes up the attributes of a rhombus. And he talked about a rectangle and what are some attributes that make up a rectangle. Then he also reviewed and talked about some attributes as far as what is an acute angle, which is an angle with a measure greater than 0 and less than 90. So it's these kind of angles. He talked about what makes up a right angle, that angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. And he talked about obtuse angles, an angle with that measure that's greater than 90 and less than 180. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to do some stuff on a geoboard. And I get the privilege of introducing the geoboard to you. And we're going to construct and draw some of those quadrilaterals and some of those angles on that geoboard. So, on your sheets, on your Google Drive, you have a whole list of things that you're going to be able to address or that you're going to try to make on your geoboard or play around with. So to get to your geoboard, right here on your Google Drive sheet that we have is where you're going to click to get the geoboard. And when you click on that and open it up, this is what it should look like. You've got your geoboard here. So here's your geoboard, and you have a bunch of different rubber bands down here. So you're going to take a rubber band. I'll use some Tar Heel blue in honor of Mr. Luffel. So the first thing we're going to do is try to make an acute angle. So you can choose to have some different rubber bands. Then you're going to move them around. Just get used to it. So if I need to make an acute angle, I obviously need that angle smaller than 90 degrees. So right there would be that acute angle. If I want to make it into a right angle at exactly 90 degrees, I need them both to go straight. And then if I need to make that obtuse angle, I'm going to move this one. I can move it even up here where it's greater than 90 degrees. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The next one on there that it tells you to try to make is a three-sided polygon with at least one acute angle. So three sides. So I've only got two. 1, 2. So I need a third side. So bring up a purple or whatever color you want. And now I need a third side. So now I've got three sides, because that's what it said, a three-sided polygon, 1, 2, 3, and one acute angle. So if you look right here, here's my acute angle. One acute. I've even got an acute angle over here as well, but you're trying to make sure you've got one acute angle. The next one talks about a quadrilateral with no parallel sides. So folks, a quadrilateral, how many sides is that? How many sides do I need? Quadrilateral, how many sides? 4. So you need to add 4 sides to that quadrilateral. So I'm going to have a 4 side. So if I'm going to need to bring up another rubber band, and now I've got 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the importance of that as well is it says with no parallel sides. So I can't have any sides going exactly parallel, where they would never, ever, like those train tracks that Mrs. Coons talked about, that they would never meet. So right here, I think I've got that quadrilateral with no sides that would ever meet. Okay? So that's just kind of some of them. So what you're going to do now is you're going to work on trying to make all of these. Okay? So do the best you can trying to make them play around with the geoboard, making each one of these as you can. And they do get harder as you go down. So see if you can do those. After you finish that, we're now on our student book page. Our student book page is page 197. So you're going to work on student book page 197. And on this page now, on the geoboards below, you're going to draw an example of each that you tell you. This one will tell you to draw a square. This one a rectangle that's not a square. And this one a rhombus. Remember, if you need to remember what these are, that vocabulary sheet that we sent home with you may be helpful. Second thing here is you're going to fill in every bubble beside a statement that's true about all 3 of the polygons. So you're going to read each one. So you could fill in all 4, you could fill in 1, you could fill in 2, or you could fill in 3. Okay? Then we've got a little bit of review of multiplication, and then we've got some challenge multiplication. But I bet you everyone can do that. So give it a try. After that, you're going to work on your home connection page, which is page 106. And this is a review of some time problems. So write the time shown on each clock. And then you've got some story problems to read and try. Number 4, everyone should be able to do. Number 5, give it a try. But again, that's a challenge question, so try it if you can. If not, that's okay. Then don't forget to upload your work of student book page 197 and home connection page 106 onto your Google Slides. If you don't remember how to do that, you can always look back at that first lesson. But we look forward to seeing your work. We're glad we're back together as best as we can, and hope you had a great spring break. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye!